Okay, so there's nothing to do with that stuff until the paint dries. So I'll find something else to mess with. I made a video to show that this fan shroud is a little bit too high. It needs to come down a little. Now it can't come down much, because if it comes down much, it's going to get into the valve here that opens the radiator and the hose outlet inlet down here. I am looking at this and I'm seeing this. It looks to me like the fan and the Cadillac actually touched that, but it didn't touch it enough to damage it. That's pretty scary. Looks like we survived that one. So what I'm going to do is take this loose, take these two loose and these two loose. I may have to do something to be able to drop it down, but I'm going to drop it down about as much as I can, and then put it back on, and then we'll see whenever all the paint gets dry and we put the alternator on, and we can put that on there if that did the trick, or if I'm going to have to do some more work. There's a lot of things I could be getting into right now on this car, but I don't want to get into anything too evolved right off, because a little late in the day, I'm a little tired and hot. But I was thinking, well, I could sit here, put my shorts on, put a comfortable shirt on. By the way, YouTube friends from Australia sent me this shirt. I think it might have been Kim LaPrue, but I can't say for sure. But if you're out there and you remember that you sent me this shirt, say so, because I'm not very good with names. I tend to forget unless we're kind of rubbing shoulders and stuff, which is pretty hard to do. And we are not only in a lockdown situation, but you are in Australia. No, you might be in New Zealand, come to think of it. I think this shirt might have come from New Zealand. It says Toowoomba Hot Rods, so Toowoomba. I don't know if that's Australia or New Zealand. I got friends in Australia and I think New Zealand. I've actually have someone that I'm related to. I guess her last name is the same as my last name, and we ran into each other online and got to talking, and it's one of those deals where I can't say for sure, but I believe it's likely that we might be related. So anyway, it's a big world, but it's nice to have something like YouTube to make it a little smaller. Just saying. You know what I could do, just occurred to me, this part down here ain't nothing but a piece of tin. I probably got a piece of tin somewhere, but I could leave this top alone and just take this bottom part off here. In fact, I could probably take this very piece and drop it down to the next hole. Let's try that before we dismember. Because I can tell this top part's going to be in two pieces. That's going to be a little bit of trouble to mess with. So let's do that instead. And we'll take a look at what we got once I drop that down. I may wind up putting a little splint on up in here to reconnect that a little bit, but we'll sort of figure that out as we go. That way I'm only removing the one piece there. Well, maybe I will leave that all in one piece. It looks like I could drop the whole thing down. There's only the one thing that's holding it here. I might drop it down a little bit and shoot a screw into it and have it work. Let me get my leather man over here. So I got that lowered. I think it's probably about right. There's a kind of a rough piece of tin down here on the bottom And it could be kind of rattly, so I'm gonna try to split a piece of this blue hose and put it on that and get it to kind of pad that area right there. Which is gonna mean me using one of these little cutter knives to see if I can do that without cutting my finger off. Y'all pray for me. I might move over to here to try that. Just especially so that because I said so. Well, I can do this better with Dad's little string cutter. This is a string cutter my dad made when he used to work in the factory. Armstrong notched blade knife. Well, you know, maybe it was, maybe you could buy them like that. But I'm picturing my dad using that to cut thread with. He worked in a couch factory. Yeah, in Atlanta. Yeah. Working pretty slick, actually. Thank you, Dad. Appreciate that. Alright, let's go try putting that on. There, I think we got it on there now. See now, no rattle. And what I can do is I can make some little holes in here and I can put little twist ties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Give me a little tiny drill bit, or I could use some of these screws. Drill a hole with that. Let me see what I got. Oh joy. So instead of using a drill, I just use one of these tech screws. Alrighty, so let's cut all these little dooley dallies off and we'll take it over to the car and see how she seems to fit. Okay, she's looking good there. Now, I'm not going to put that on there because I've still got to get my alternator on there. But I tested my hose here and it will reach. I don't think I'm going to test that one up above there because I have to reach it past it. Oh yeah, it's going to work. It's going to go right there. So, I won't try to do that right now because I'm going to take it back off, but I can show you that will go right there. That'll reach just fine. I was a little worried about that spout, but it's fine. It comes right by that spout, no problem. It should be the same down here. Should work good. Quite happy with that and quite happy with everything that's going on here. Here we go, baby. Well, I have one more little job done that I don't have to think about, so I think I'm going to put my tools away, go inside and get cleaned up and spend the evening with my sweet honey baby. Talk to y'all later, bye. I said talk to y'all later, bye. I said talk to y'all later, bye.